What's up, guys? It's your boy Trippy, and Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler is coming up, man. And I'm not gonna lie, on that whole card, this fight is the one I'm gonna say nervous about. Not gonna use the word excited, because I would say I am, quote, more excited for the main event, unquote, than I am excited for this one. I'm just more nervous for this one. And I'm not gonna lie, when I was putting this video together, when I was writing my notes and doing all that stuff, I was really struggling to find legitimate ways that make sense for Tony Ferguson to beat Michael Chandler, because Michael Chandler is such a bad matchup, not only for this version of Tony, but for honestly prime Tony too. But I'm gonna say this: Michael Chandler is hands down one of the most well-rounded mixed martial artists in the lightweight division. He's the hardest hitter in the division. He has elite wrestling and elite wrestling defense. Like I said, he has good power in his hands. He has a decent chin, not the best chin, but he has a decent chin. And the guy really has a well-rounded skill base. Not to mention he has good submissions. He has good control, good top control. He has all of these things, all these weapons that he can use. But the guy fights like an idiot at times. He has severe low IQ moments in the cage, and that is just the truth. The guy looks to fight in the crowd-pleasing way. He wants to put on the fun fights. He wants to put on the best fights. He wants to get that flashy knockout. He wants to do all these things instead of fighting in the way that is most sufficient for him to win. And that is what is one of the most frustrating things about Michael Chandler, is that you really can't bet on the guy, because his best avenue to win, he's not going to necessarily take it. And even his coaches was getting fed up in the Justin Gaethje fight in his corner, saying, Michael, it's not a tough man competition. I know you want to prove that you're exciting. I know you want to prove that you're tough, but fight in a way to win. Michael Chandler proceeds to go out there and fight like an idiot again, taking unnecessary damage. And that is going to pretty much be my thesis for this video. Michael Chandler makes a lot of mistakes in the cage, and Tony Ferguson is going to have to capitalize on one of these mistakes if he wants to win. Basically, he has to be sneaky, man, and he has to be smart. Tony Ferguson can't go in there and fight like a tough man, and he hasn't been fighting like that lately. Lately, he's been fighting like he's scared of damage, doesn't want to take damage, shying away from shots, being overly defensive, and that is not going to win him this fight at all, because Chandler's just going to march forward and try and knock him out. What Tony Ferguson needs to do is to go in there, push Chandler back, don't be too reckless, use his jabs, use his front kick to the body, use that pace, let Michael Chandler swing like an idiot and try to knock you out, let him get gassed, you start to tag him on the feet, hit him with that jab, hit him with that front kick to the body, hit him with those leg kicks, easily start backing him up using your reach, because let's not forget, Michael Chandler literally gives up a substantial amount of reach in this fight. He's going to really be swinging, and if Tony can make him miss and really fight behind the jab and fight the long fight with Michael Chandler, fight the long game, use the teep kicks to the body, use the jab, use his counters, try to counter him with that uppercut that he used on Justin Gaethje to put down Michael Chandler and possibly put him out, because we know Michael Chandler isn't as durable as Justin Gaethje. If he can utilize those tools, he can get Michael Chandler to get frustrated, get tired, swing himself out, and Michael Chandler goes for an ill-advised takedown or throws an ill-advised shot. Tony Ferguson sneaks in the guillotine, or sneaks in that Darce choke, his favorite move, or simply knocks him out with an uppercut or with a good shot, counters him really well. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Trippy, that's pretty far-fetched. But Michael Chandler likely isn't going to fight in a way that is going to be the most sufficient way for him to win. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Chandler doesn't shoot for a takedown for the whole first round. Michael Chandler, if you didn't notice in the UFC lately, he only goes to his wrestling when he's in trouble. Whenever his legs were already beat up by Justin Gaethje, That's the only time he literally looks to use his wrestling. If he's not in trouble, he tries to knock you out. If he can't knock out Tony Ferguson, which, if you guys have watched the career of Tony Ferguson, and especially if you watch that Edson Barboza fight, which, if Tony were to win, that is literally the scenario that I am picturing in this fight. That is literally what I'm picturing, I can see this fight literally going exactly how that fight goes. Michael Chandler gets tired trying to knock Ferguson out. Ferguson constantly stays in his face, start annoying him with that jab, starts piecing him up to the body, to the head. Michael Chandler continues to swing, trying to knock him out, shoots for a takedown because he's kind of gassed. Tony Ferguson slips in the Darce, taps him out. Now, I know that this video is very bleak, but I'm being serious. Tony Ferguson can capitalize on Michael Chandler's mistakes because he makes a lot of them in the MMA cage, especially lately since he's been in the UFC. The guy just looks to just please the crowd and just fights like, a spastic, to be honest. Tony Ferguson can easily capitalize on that if El Cucuy shows up. If it's just a glimpse of El Cucuy, don't be surprised if Tony Ferguson pulls it off after taking a ton of damage. Michael Chandler gets gas, shoots in a stupid takedown, Tony Ferguson takes the neck. Or Chandler gets dropped, gets rocked, Tony Ferguson takes the bag and submits him. Don't be surprised if Tony Ferguson pulls off a finish in this fight, because that is going to be his main way to win. And you guys say, oh my gosh, that is a long shot. But look at Tony Ferguson's career. He has a lot of wins where he was taking a damage, losing the fight, and he comes back and wins because of his never relentless cardio. His never relenting cardio. He's always in your face. He's always jabbing you to the face, jabbing you to the body. Literally, fighters panic in the fight with El Cucuy. They either shoot an ill-advised takedown, they make a mistake on the feet, get caught, gets dropped, and gets submitted. That is Tony Ferguson's career, and he has pulled off the upsets before. So I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls it off again. No, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be pretty surprised. I'd be happy as hell, because, man, I'd like to see, I like both guys, man. But Tony Ferguson winning this one would prove that he can still compete at the top, because Michael Chandler can still compete at the top. Arguably he gave Charles Oliveira his hardest fight to date. It's been your boy Trippy, and I'm out, man.